Hello. Hey, TikTok. Hey, YouTube. All right. So I'm so excited for today's live to get you started this Monday, to get you some inspiration. And I wanted to share with you something that I was telling my mastermind clients this morning. And I was kind of referencing on Instagram today. Let me know in the chat if you are here with me. Where are you coming from? Are you excited to get this week started off strong? Let me know on TikTok as well. So, I shared with them that if you are in a place that you are feeling stuck, you're feeling like you're in a plateau season, you're feeling like you just can't get to the next level, whether that's an income level, whether that is, getting more time. Dominique, hey girly. Whether that is, cutting down all your online teaching hours, resigning from the classroom, whatever that might look like for you, I want you to know that every business owner has been through that place before. Okay. Every business owner has been in a place where clients were ghosting them when they, put out their prices. Every business owner has been in the place where their content flopped. Okay. And while some seemed to really scale quickly, right, with some of the business owners and coaches you see in the online space that are scaling quickly, that's incredible. But they also have had, a lot of things and situations in their life that have happened before this that have made them able. Maybe they went to business school or maybe they did something else. Like, you just never know what people's background is, right? And I wish that this was shared more. And I'm going to do my best as someone who now is making six figures, and as seen as successful in the business space. I am going to do my best to share my failures, to share when I wasn't as successful and what I had to go through to be able to cross that plateau and cross through to the next level. Because the truth is that failure is inevitable in business. And the sooner that you can actually accept that it's okay to be in that place, as soon as you can accept that there's nothing wrong with you, um there's like, you're not, your talent, like, it's not like you're not talented, it's not like you can't sell or you can't learn that strategy, it's not like it's your personality, it's not like you're too introverted to make money online, it's not like you're too busy to make money online. you know you, as soon as you can accept that it's just where you're at right now, that doesn't actually mean anything about you. It doesn't have anything to do with your identity. Okay. As soon as you can accept that and just regulate yourself, your body, your emotions, your mindset, this is when things are going to take off, because then you won't be asking and questioning yourself every single day. Why did that content flop? Am I not enough? You know? Like, you will not be questioning those things. Instead, you'll be looking for solutions, right? So when you identify as someone who fails, is stuck, is in a plateau season, whose content flops, who, doesn't have a powerful message, when you identify as that person, you are going to be looking for problems. You are going to be looking for, what am I doing wrong? But the mindset and perspective change I want you to have today is, what can get me? What can get me to the place that I want to be? Instead of, what am I doing wrong every day? Oh, my content flopped. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm not selling. What am I doing wrong? Instead of that, how can I activate people to buy? How can I refine my content so that I can get more visible or get more sold out? What steps do I need to take to get to my goal, to get to my solution? Put an amen in the chat if that is a perspective change that you are willing to make, TikTok and YouTube, because that truly is the first step to you breaking through that plateau. And I have been in these plateau seasons. Yes! You are on both TikTok and YouTube. That's amazing, Mandy. How are you doing today? Okay. So I have been through plateau seasons um multiple times. Some of you don't even know this, but the first like digital product I ever created was, oh my gosh, how long ago was it? Like two and a half, almost two, well, not exactly 2.5 years ago, but almost over 2 years ago. And since then, I've been trying to go full time. I had been trying to go full time in my coaching business. So that was a 1.5 year plateau season for me. And the reason that I stayed in that cycle so long is because I was letting, those thoughts in my head and thinking about what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I wasn't looking for solutions. And I was giving excuses for myself. I'm too busy. I'm teaching online, so I don't have enough time. And I was letting myself sort of sit in just unsuccessful territory. I just was. I just felt stuck. And a lot of that was even stuff just in my personal life. But as soon as I accepted that that's where I am now and I needed support, in my case, I needed a mentor. Fully transparent with you, I needed a mentor to get me out of this because she could see the gaps that I was making. I couldn't even see myself. Have you ever had that moment where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I also like can't, it seems like there's no way for me to pinpoint that. A mentor who's been there before can literally point out those gaps. But again, thinking of it less like what am I doing wrong and more of how can I get to my next solution? And for me, when I started thinking that way, when I started saying, how can I get to this? How can I find the solution? The first step was mentorship. The second step was is refining my content, right? I always say changing your content can change your life. And I truly mean it because changing my content where I now post the same 5 types of content every single week. And these are specifically designed to get me in front of my dream clients and to take them through a journey to actually be ready at the end of the journey to move. To move. Maybe that means they move into the limitless membership. Maybe that means they move into my coaching or my mastermind. And those 5 types of content are a result of me refining, of me experimenting, of me being consistent and actually figuring out what it takes to sell through my content. So that was the second step, right? The third step was learning how to learning strategies like how to sell, how to launch, creating emails that convert. These are all strategic. And then the fourth step was again coming back to every time I got to go back to step 1, which is my mindset, right? Because now I'm in different plateau seasons. There's different plateau seasons. You're always going to want to grow. You're always going to want to get to the next level. So now I'm at this point where my next level is 20 to 30K months. My next level is paying off my college debt. My next level is like literally having so much abundance that I don't ever have to worry about bills. Is that your next level? Put level in the chat if that's your next level. um so, you know, I just want you to know it's okay to be where you're at right now. It's okay. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that for some reason, something is blocking you. It doesn't mean that you're not meant for this. You are meant for this. You are capable of this and so much more. And I believe it truly. I truly believe this. Part of this is you need to believe and have that trust in yourself because deep down, you know what next step you need to take to get to the solution. to find your answers. Deep down, you truly do. But there is something holding you back, and it's that you are not accepting where you're at right now for what it is. So as you come to accept that, you will be so clear on the next steps to take. Yes! Amazing. Yes, I dream of it. Level. Amazing. I'm saying you're this is Mandy, right? I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong name. This is Mandy from TikTok, right? Okay. Hi, Amy. Hi, you guys. Doodle teacher. That's awesome. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. And then some guy advertising affiliate marketing. Awesome. Okay, so I don't want to get too sidetracked. I do want to share some exciting things happening in my community. This is the last day to catch the replay of the sold out 5-figure launch. So if you are about to go through a huge, enormous launch and you need a little bit of strategy and TLC to get there, the sold out 5-figure launch replay is still going on. The link is not on my YouTube, but I can definitely put that up here. It's on both my Instagram and TikTok in the profile. So that is going on right now. So you can learn, the different launch specific content that my clients and I post to get 5-figure sold out launches and the 4-phase launch strategy. So you can build that warm audience. A lot of people just launch, they just open the doors and they go, hey, sign up. I have coaching available. I have this course available. I have this membership available. It's open for you to sign up. And then they kind of question why no one's signing up. And it's actually because you don't have a warm audience. So you need to be able to build that warm audience to be able to sell out your programs. So in the last year, I've had multiple 5-figure launches, and that has allowed me to sustain a predictable 5 to 10K months, which means that I don't have to worry about wake up, hey Amber, I don't have to wake up and worry about signing the next client because I already have income coming in. Now, do I want to sign more clients? Do I want to make a bigger impact every single day? Of course I do. So I'm always going to be, I'm always going to be signing clients, and that's always going to be something I want to do. But the point is I don't have to, right? I don't have to feel anxious if one day I take a day off from posting. I don't have to feel anxious because I'm already bringing that cash in, that recurring income. It's actually called MRR. It's called monthly recurring revenue. And so that is what you want, is consistent MRR. So what's going on right now is I have a program open called the sold out for Santa. So during the holiday season, and this is a way that my clients and I are securing this predictable 5 to 10K cash MRR, monthly recurring revenue, in 2024 for 2024. So if your goal is to transition out of the classroom, if your goal is to not have to struggle to sign on clients and to not always be waking up anxiously, like, when am I going to make the next sale? When am I going to sign on the next client? To not hustle and grind. If your goal is to be able to launch a group coaching program so that you don't have to work more to earn more. If your goal is to cut down on your online teaching hours, whatever it is for you guys, because your goal is going to be your own goal, right? What you need to be doing now during the holiday season is launching this program, selling it out, because people actually buy during the holidays, right? We all buy during the holidays. So what you want to be doing is selling it out during this holiday season so that when the time 2024 comes around and January comes around, sorry, someone's inviting themselves to the live, that you will have literally 6 entire months of 2024 set in stone with predictable income. And that might seem really far away to you. You might think that seems far away, but just backstory here. In January of last year, I launched a group coaching program Hey, Amber. Yes, a membership. So in January, I launched a group coaching program. And the reason I did this, you guys, is because speaking of what you're saying, Amber, I had a membership, right? It was a $37 for a long time membership. Now it's $49. It's the limitless membership. And it's still my signature membership. It's incredible. If you ever need content ideas, weekly content ideas, there's a content to cash machine with converting content. It's absolutely amazing. I'll talk more about it later. But I only had that membership. And I had about 30 members in that membership, so a pretty good amount. But I was only like with 30 members, I was only able to get to like I think it was like 900 something per month with 30 members. And not that I'm saying don't start with the membership or don't do a membership, because at this point in my business, I'm like, it makes sense to do a membership. And there should be different offers at different levels. But if your primary goal is to replace your teaching income and not have to work a 9 to 5 and not have to, work for you want this business to be your full-time gig. You should be focusing on a high ticket coaching program. And I've seen this, it's not just in my business, I've seen this in so many different 6 figure, 7 figure entrepreneurs. This is the way to start if you truly do want that sustainable income. Because what a membership is going to do is, yes, is it recurring income? It is. It's recurring income. But those members can cancel at any time. It's very low cost, so you're actually not able to secure higher cash months like 5K to 10K months. You're just not. Until you really build your audience up. They're a hot audience. They're deep, like you're getting 100 DMs a day. And that's how you're going to see that you're going to have a successful course or membership. So I just wanted to put that out there because I thought that a membership would be the answer to my problem, but it wasn't. So I started with a high ticket group private coaching first, and then I went to group. So in January, I had a few private clients. And then I was like, really wanted to launch this group coaching program. So I was making $1,000 a month. And I share this a lot. I was making $1,000 a month from my membership. Not enough. Not enough. At the time, I was teaching online on Outschool, and I was teaching 4 to 6 hours a day. I remember that I was teaching 6:37 p.m. at night. I barely had any time to make supper. And for some of you teachers, you might be in the same, situation. For some coaches, you might be trapped with the one-to-one, you know, having a bunch of one-to-one private clients, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't have enough time in the day to have all these private clients, right? Maybe you have another job. So basically, what happened is I went to my mentor. I was like, you know what? I'm going to focus on private coaching, maybe get a couple more clients. And then maybe like 2, 3 months from now, I'm going to launch this group coaching program, because I literally doubted that my life could change that quickly. I doubted that there were enough people in my audience to sell this thing out. Put a me in the chat if you are at the point right now that you don't actually think there's enough people in your audience. Put a me in the chat if that is you. Because I really did not think, let's share this frustration together. Right, Amber, I really did not think that like pretty much no one was reaching out to me. I was getting clients maybe reach out once or twice a month. I'm telling you, I thought no one was interested. I really did. Until my mentor said, you don't need to wait 2 months from now. Go launch that program. We're going to launch that program. And 8 weeks later, I don't want to skip over the work. I got a launch plan in place. I changed the crap out of my content to show up as a leader, to make sure that I had a consistent content strategy that's actually converting. Yes, Mandy. I started speaking, like you're saying, Mandy, the high value. I started speaking to a higher value client, which is actually not that difficult to do. It's easier to sign on high ticket clients than it is to sign on someone for a $19 course or membership. It's so much easier because they don't require convincing. You don't have to convince them. They already understand mentorship is important for them. They understand mentorship is the next step. All you got to do is speak to them like you wanted to speak to yourself. So you in the past version of yourself, you're going to speak to that. So a higher value client, all they need to hear from you is, now I don't want to oversimplify this. There's like strategies in this, but you want to speak to an empowered, ready to go client. Instead of saying things like trying to convince them, trying to say, here's the reason why you should buy this. Here's the reason why you should pay this. Just scrap that. Scrap that. They already know they need to buy that, right? So there's ways that you can speak to a higher value client in your content depending on who you are, your audience, your personality, all that stuff. But basically, just I started speaking to that higher value client. I created a consistent content strategy, all that stuff. And you guys, I kid you not, I got a launch plan in place. I went through the 4 phases of the launch that I teach in my masterclass and in my new course. And 9 clients signed up. Beautiful dream clients, clients that wanted to do the work, clients that were determined, clients that paid me $3,000. And I'm not exaggerating this. I truly, in January to March, it seemed like they came out of the woodwork. It seemed like they came out magically out of like thin air. But it was because of the work that I was doing on myself. It was because of the work I was doing in my business, the strategies, the content, the email, everything behind the scenes. It was because of that. And I truly do put a lot of this on getting a mentor as well, because my mentor was able to keep me on track. She was able to see the gaps that I could not see. So for some of you, I could point out in like 5 seconds what's happening wrong with your content, why you're not signing clients, but you're thinking it's this magical solution or this big strategy that you have to learn. And literally, I could point it out in 5 seconds and be like, change this. And the next week, you'll be signing clients and making sales. And I'm not saying like it's easy. You got to put in the work. You got to actually do the thing, right? But it's easier than you think. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time. It takes about 6 weeks for you to build up a warm audience. 6 weeks. That's it. So 6 to 8 weeks from now, you could literally be making 4K, 5K, even more than that months, and have literally 6 months of revenue out for 2024. And that's why this is what I preach, is to launch. That's why I preach content launching. That's why I preach high ticket coaching, because that's actually the first offer that I will tell my clients to do. The first offer. And that is how they've been able to scale. One of my clients scaled from $1,000 a month to $3,000 a month because of that offer within weeks. Within weeks. So, I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm not here to say anything. If your goal is to replace your teaching income or get to 5K plus months, high ticket offer. High ticket offer is what you should be focusing on. So that is one way that those are the ways that my clients and I are securing predictable income. But I do want to break this down into 3 steps. So number 1 is we are starting now. We're not waiting till New Year's. We're not waiting till New Year's to launch another program. There's none of this in my mastermind. There's none of this with my private clients. I do not let them say this to themselves. We do not say, I'm not ready to launch a coaching program. We do not say that, because they are. And you actually doing the thing will get you closer to the goal than you not. So You launching a high ticket coaching program will actually allow you to learn what you need to learn in order to sell it out than you actually not doing it. You creating content will actually help you to learn how to create better converting content than you not doing it. And I know a lot of you are just crushing it with that content. You're crushing it. But some of you have to crush your sales, you have to crush your launches. And if you don't know what to change, you need to jump in and leap into support in order to get there. Because I promise you, someone will know that's been there before. They will know the gaps. So that's one thing is my clients and I, we are not waiting until after 2024, right? We are starting now. This is the time when people are buying. And when your content is good, you don't have to worry about the ups and downs of different seasons and people buying and selling your stuff at different like sales drops and sales dips and all that stuff. The second thing we're doing is we are creating epic content. And on TikTok, I just posted my 5 content types that I post every single week to scale to 100K per year. So after this, you can go ahead and check that one out. We are creating epic content that gets us visible and gets us sold out. So changing your content can literally change your life. Hi, you guys. Sorry if I missed some questions. Hey, friend, bougie. Hi, Eileen. Hi, you guys. Changing your content can literally change your life. So the content is something I'm always working on because content will take you to that next income level. Content will help you sign on more clients. Okay? That's just it. Content is pretty much everything. It's the first and last thing you want to do in your day. And if your content isn't bringing in, consistent DMs that are of people who are literally saying, "What can I sign up to?" Or they're just popping into your membership or course or whatnot without even asking you. Like I got a new member popped into my membership today. I've never even met her. And that's the power of content. Building a brand, a solid community, and content. So this is something that you can, if you're not at that point, this is such a, like, it can be a really quick fix, to be honest, because there's a real strategy behind this. And if you're struggling with content, you can either DM me on Instagram if you want more of that closer support, or you can sign up to the Limitless membership. There's entire content trainings and a very special content to cash machine, which makes your life so much easier. Like it saves you hours of work on what to post on TikTok and Instagram if you don't really know what converting content is. And it's helpful to stick to one strategy. So if you are sitting there scrolling on TikTok and saving people's posts to come back to and then copying their content, and your audience isn't at the same place as theirs, that's not going to help you get closer to your goal of signing on more clients. So if you really want your content to do the work for you, you got to come up with a strategy that works and stick with it for 6 months or more. Yes, yes? Okay. So the third thing that my clients and I are doing to secure predictable 5 to 10K cash months for the first 6 months of 2024. And this is amazing, you guys. Like my clients, some of my clients are online teachers, some of my clients are classroom teachers, mothers, incredible multi-6-figure business owners, some of them are, but some of them it's like they want to turn in their resignation letter this year. Is that any of you? Let me know in the chat. They want to cut down all their online teaching hours. Or maybe they're former classroom teachers and they just really, 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 really want this coaching business to take off because it's where they're passionate, it's where their fire is right now. Like that's so cool that you get to mentor someone else on what you've been able to do. Like this is life-changing for people. Absolutely life-changing. Hey, Ben! Long time no see. How are you doing? Also, the life is cool. Like literally I didn't share this, but after I sold out that group coaching program and I had that 5-figure launch because I decided to go for it and not wait until 3 months from now and not wait until boom 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 bada bang. I went to the Bahamas with my parents and like they literally asked me 3 weeks in advance. They were like, "Hey, do you want to go to the Bahamas with me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go. I'll just bring my phone. I'll just bring my laptop." And I met with a couple clients in the Bahamas, like from the laptop, not actually in the Bahamas, because I think that would be cray cray. And I created content in the Bahamas. That's where you see some of my B-roll footage. Like it was the coolest thing. And I had never had that type of freedom before. That type of freedom to just pick up and go travel to a different country, to the beach, that type of freedom to tell my parents I could finally go on a trip with them because they've been going on these trips, but I've never been able to go. That was like the coolest moment. And these are the changes my clients are having right now. These are the changes that teachers are having and coaches are having in this coaching space. It's incredible. And you're not that far off from me. I was right there where you were. And the third thing that we're doing, sorry, I think I already said third thing, is we are launching. Launch, 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 launch. Put launch in the chat or put a little rocket emoji in the chat. So, launching. I'll come back to your question, Ben. That seems oh yeah, yeah. I'll come back to that one because I do. Put launch in the chat. I know that launching seems like this big scary thing, or maybe you've had a launch before and it didn't quite go as planned. Maybe you don't really understand what the heck a launch is. Wherever you're at, wherever you're at, launching is not as scary. Simply put, yes, Mandy. Simply put, a launch is designed to warm up your current audience to both you as the solution to their problem and your offer as the solution to their problem. So, two things, right? Warm up your audience to you as the solution and your offer as the solution to their problem. And you do this through and you do this through your content and your IG stories. And when I say content, I mean email content, I mean Instagram content, TikTok content, wherever you're on. This is what you do. Hearts tie. So you're warming up. It's simple, right? Now there's a 4-phase launch strategy that I use and my clients have used to have sold out launches. And specifically 5-figure launches, which will put you at that 6 months of recurring monthly revenue, right? So it's actually not that difficult. I take my clients through just these 4 phases, and they're just designed to warm up your audience. They're designed to do that. And so if you are, have struggled with launches in the past or just 1 to 2 clients trickled in, it's probably because they just weren't warm enough. They weren't warm enough. They maybe didn't see your offer as the solution to their problem. And also, this is a good lesson for you. In fact, I feel like you'll be a better business owner because like you'll understand better how to sign clients if your launch actually does flop. And that's what I learned is like when my launches flopped, I had to look in my content strategy. I had to brainstorm with my mentor. I had to do these things, which makes me a better business owner, which makes me more successful for the next time I launch, right? It makes me better at selling. And also, you guys, sometimes it doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean anything about you. First of all, it never means anything about you as a person if your launch flops. But even if you failed in the past, even if your launch has failed in the past, again, Stop asking what is wrong and start asking how can I get to the solution? How can I find the answer? How can I move forward to get there? And that's going to get you so much further, so much faster. And your entire life can change in 8 weeks. Your entire life. When I reached full time in March after my sold out launch, I was literally like, I had this group coaching program. I told you I sold that out. I was earning at the time $7,000 a month. That was almost double what I earned as a classroom teacher. And again, before I had been earning $1,000 a month. That's it. I didn't think there were any clients in my audience, but there were. There were. And I literally told my mom this after cutting down all my online teaching hours and going full time in my coaching business. I literally like woke up to the first time with no alarms. And I told her, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing today. Like, am I doing this coaching thing right? So I create content, I check in with my clients, any Zoom calls if I need, and then I'm free? And I said, "Am I doing this wrong?" She's like, "I don't know, ask your mentor." I'm like, "I'm not gonna ask my mentor." So, it turns out, you guys, that it was correct. That is how it is. You feel like you're so free from time limits. Like, you almost have so much space in your day, and I know Ty can relate to this because she's out of the classroom too. And you it's almost like boring at first. You're like, "What the heck? I have so much like time in my day." And this allows you as a human to serve more, to impact more, to create more, to be more creative, to be able to come back to your hobbies, to be able to, if you have a family, um, dive deeper into your relationships with them. I've been able to visit my family multiple times now. Whereas usually when I was teaching online and teaching in the classroom, I would only be able to visit them once or twice a year. And Ty says, and I made the mistake of trying to find more to do. I know, me too. Me too. Like trying to find what to stress about, right? Because like my brain just doesn't turn off instead of enjoying the freedoms. And now you are, though. Now you're enjoying the freedom. I love it. So it really opens up the world to you. I've been able to take better care of myself, my skin, my hair, my, you know, physical, exercise, things like that. I've been able to do more of that. I've been able to walk during the day. Um, all of these things because now I have the space, I can actually have peace. Aw, Ty. You're like you're such a good person. What the heck? So, anyways, yeah. I just want to share the love. I just want to share the love here. This is possible for you. You know, I see it all the time, the changes that my clients go through, what I've been through. And I think that you can look at me and say, "Oh, she earned six figures, like she's so much farther off than me." But I was really honestly like in October of last year, I was earning like less than $500 a month in my business. That's it. I was right where you are. So, and maybe you're not at that place. Maybe you just want more passive income. You want to launch a group coaching program. You may have private clients and you're drained. You want that freedom. I was there too. You can totally, totally, totally. Why the spotlight? I'm speaking to YouTube. So you could totally, totally, totally get there. And I believe in you. I can say this like night and day. I believe in you. I know you're going to get there because you are a self-dedicated person. If you're ever like, "You know what? I know that I can get there. I know for sure. But there's things that I'm just not seeing." Reach out on Instagram and we can figure out coaching, we can figure out, what you need most at this point in time. And it's a no pressure conversation. Someone's asking me about it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, anyways, I am going to switch to some Q&A here. I didn't realize I was on here for so long. So if you guys on TikTok or Instagram, I'm going to switch this, YouTube, have any questions for me, let me know. I just watched that uh I was watching today this morning while I was doing some content, creating some content. I was watching Cleopatra from Netflix. It was so good. I highly recommend this show. It's so good. Okay. Ben's question about tax season. Do you regularly keep a spreadsheet of earnings and expenses? That's what I've been doing and was wondering if there's a more streamlined way to keep track of them. That's what I do. I recommend you getting a business bank account just separate from your personal. And that's how you can keep more track. And then just you have a debit card that's specifically for business expenses. And you only pay for business things with that debit card in that specific bank account. And so when it comes time for tax season, you can look back on the expenses from that and they're all in that one place so that you don't have to go scrounging on your credit card bill or trying to scroll up your bank account to see what were the business expenses, what weren't. But I also keep a spreadsheet on top of that. Good question. Any other questions here? Yes, yes. I work at Panera Bread. That's a question. Can I be successful? I want to work the register. You know, you do. I think you could be so successful at anything you put your mind to. I love the TikTok questions. Like the YouTube questions are like question about tax season. Like a very like thought out question. Okay. So how are you generally framing the content? Selling the outcome. So as far as my content goes, there's 5 different types of content that I post that they have different goals. Some are to get visible, some are to get sold out. Um, Meaning like some are made for more followers and some are made to make more sales, right? So the 5 types of content, I talk about them a lot, but they're, transformational, specific educational, problem aware, standout content, and then activational content. So I don't have time to go through all of those, but they're designed to both find like put me in front of more of the more of my dream clients, more of the audience that I know is going to be interested and is going to be ready to move to the next step. And then also designed to get me sold out, meaning it positions me as the expert. It positions me as someone who can solve their problems. And it also positions my offers as the solution. So, your content should always answer these 3 questions. Number 1, why you? Why are you the expert? Why should they listen to you? Right? Number 2, what is the problem that you solve? So, what problem of theirs do you solve? And number 3, why now? Why should it matter to them right now versus like a month from now? So, your content should always answer those 3 questions to be more converting, to lead to sales. And then as far as when I'm on Instagram stories or like selling the outcome, things like that, yes, on Instagram stories, oops. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so you may not always realize it, but or not realize it. What was I even saying? So on Instagram stories, I will sell the transformation more than I talk about the features of the program. So if I'm selling a coaching program, I will say, if you're this and you want this, imagine your life if you could have this, this, this. And then and that's me selling the program. And then I will sometimes do like talk about the features of the offer. I'll sometimes talk about, the Zoom calls and things like that. But you'll find that your dream clients are not going to care as much about the features of the offer because they're very empowered people. They say we call them like ready, they're ready to buy, they're ready to join, they're ready to take action on their life. So they actually care more about the transformation they're getting. They care more about, for instance, in my case, signing up to my coaching programs, you're going to scale to six figures. You're not going to have to worry about, uh paying your bills. You're going to pay your bills and have so much more for coffee drinks. You're going to be able to work from home and be able to go to the local coffee shop and be able to go on little trips with your family. Like, this is the transformation you're going to get from the strategies I'm teaching you in these programs. So I do sell the outcome in my Instagram stories, emails, things like that. By the way, I might have a potential solution. Which form of communication is best to reach you? Instagram is best. I love that you're brainstorming the next steps. I love it. Um, so if you are like at this point where, again, I want to bring it back, reframe back to the fact that you know what the next step is. You are an intelligent human being. You are determined. I know you're going to get there. The question isn't, are you going to get there? It's when are you going to get there? Are you going to get there now in the next 8 weeks? Are you going to get there January? Are you going to get there March? That's the real question. Because there's no doubt in my mind that you are going to get there. You are going to have this thriving, limitless business where you're impacting thousands of lives and you have full freedom to be able to travel, to be able to stay at home, to be able to not have to worry about your bills or clients. That is not the question. The question for you to ask yourself is when. When am I fed up with waiting to take the next step? When am I going to have this belief in myself and this trust in myself to get me out of my plateau? Because it's really, at this point, it's up to you. It's the trust you have yourself. It's the belief and the identity that you see yourself in. So as soon as you can accept where you're at, but also start acting like who you want to be. Are you the person that posts consistently every day? Are you the person that is not afraid to share your opinions and thoughts online? Are you the person that wildly serves and impacts people? Are you the person that invests in herself and her business goals? Who do you want to be? And that's really the question that is for you and that I ask myself too, because you're always going to be growing. So even me, I'm at this the next step where I'm like, who am I going to be? I to make 20, 30K months. Who am I going to be? Who can I be? I need more responsibility. I need to sell out more of these packages. I need to do boom boom boom, right? My content has to be more potent to get there, right? I have to open up and sign on more members. So who am I who am I going to be? And can I start acting like that person now? So start acting like that next version of yourself and you will get there faster. I guarantee it. So reach out on Instagram if you have any questions, if you want to apply to coaching, if you're interested in the Limitless membership, if you just want to chat about how inspired you were. Amazing. Let's do this thing. 2024, here we come. Let's end the year strong. You can either be 2 months, you let 2 months pass by and nothing happens, or 2 months, you change your life, because 2 months is the amount of time that I changed my life. And it was epic. All right. All right, you guys, have an amazing rest of your day. If you need anything, let me know. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.